When I was choosing which college to commit to, I realized there wasn't as much information about the global BFA program between Emerson College and Paris College of Art online as I would have liked, as someone who likes to have a lot of information before I make like a big decision about this. So what I did was I reached out to a bunch of people on Instagram. I found their account through an unofficial GBFA account, and I reached out to them, and a lot of them provided a lot of great responses. But I also wanted to add some more input because, again, this program is pretty new, and it makes sense why there's not a lot of information out there. So I just wanted to like say some things that I wish I had known before starting the program. And to be clear, this is not like a how to succeed in this program, whether it's a good or good or a bad program, because again, it's very objective. So yeah, I just want to talk about that in this video, and I apologize if I'm a little awkward because I'm a little more comfortable behind the camera than in front of it. And if you're a senior in high school, I know commitment season is almost upon us. Like either you got in or you're interested in the program or you're about to get in. So just for some like basic information, if you don't already know, it's a 3-year program between Emerson College and Paris College of Art, and it's in film art. And you go between Paris, Boston, and the Netherlands at the beginning of your 3rd year, and it's continuous. You don't have like summer breaks. So of course, like the unique selling point of the program is that it is abroad. But also another big thing that's very different from a lot of other universities is that it's not nearly as structured as other programs. And like, yeah, it is structured in some senses that you don't have as much creativity in the classes you have to take, which is good because you don't have to deal with like course registration and all the stress that comes with that. It's like pretty much like you know what you're going to be taking each semester, and that can be good in some ways, but also it's very limiting in that sense. But it's also like, can you take initiative? Like this program is less firmly structured than other university majors, which can be a good or bad thing for different people. It comes down to like, can you reach out to people? Can you cook your own meals? Can you just don't expect the same structure as like in high school, especially, and definitely not any other colleges. And you learn a lot from like actually doing like being on film sets, like working on films, rather than sitting in classrooms as well. Another thing I wish I'd known is like a slight disadvantage of this is that a lot of my courses, or courses in general, for context, I'm a sophomore. It's my 2nd year of the program, and there's some things that aren't discussed. Like, yeah, I knew what class courses I was getting into, but especially this summer, I realized I think I might be more interested in producing. And I want to learn more about the business of film, and I want to learn more about economics, which you can take in a lot of like regular university classes. I'd be able to take that, but here it's like very streamlined. Pretty much all your classes are art classes, and at Emerson you basically take during summer semester you take the same 2 classes, everyone, and then you swap like halfway in the semester, and it's basically every Tuesday and Thursday. It's like 4-hour classes. It's like an 8-hour day, like 2 classes for 8 hours. 4 hours each. And at PCA you have to take these certain sets of classes, but you can also take up to 2 electives. And for me it was like I can't really take non-art things, which is kind of a disadvantage. And not that you can't learn these things outside of an academic sphere, but it would be helpful to have that support, which you don't really have in the program, which again, it can be a good or bad thing for certain people. And as a side note, AP credits don't transfer, literally like none of them. It's the amount of credits you get is like very specific to this program. And this program is small. It's like there's not much of like a classic college campus feel, so it's another thing to be prepared for. Like they say this pretty explicitly that they only like accept a certain amount of people per year, but understand that you're not going to have as many people to talk to. Like there are people at like PCA and stuff, but there's not nearly as much as like a regular university would. And also be prepared for like hidden costs, like no, they're not that hidden, but like things that you wouldn't expect coming from high school to college, like buying ingredients for your meals, or like your Navigo card, which is the one that I have is around like 360 euros for the entire year. It's great because everyone uses the metro like all the time. And also costs of film productions and stuff, like from getting Ubers to transport equipment to like actual on-set costs and stuff. So just be prepared for those in addition, because I know this program is technically a little cheaper than the Emerson regular, but also be prepared for all these other costs as well. And if you are someone like me who worries about like specific logistics and stuff, I would say don't actually be too worried, because like when it comes to like your government stuff and like your visa your first year, and then your residence card your next year, stuff like that, a bunch of government stuff. They help you, like they like hold your hand through like a lot of that, so I wouldn't be that worried. Like I was also worried about my my SIM card at first, but once I got that sorted, it was very easy. Like I went to that store, into like the free mobile store, they spoke English, it was very easy to sort out. Yeah, either the people at PCA will help you or the upperclassmen will help you. So there's a lot of like those kind of logistical stuff that I cannot tell you how worried I was about them, but it ended up like not being that big of a deal because a lot of times they like give you a step-by-step guide, or they like literally like hold your hand through it, so don't worry. And another thing I would tell myself is that honestly the first week in Boston is not that, it wasn't that big of a shock to me. But the first week in Paris is going to be like really, it's going to feel really, really scary and unexpected, and everything is going to feel unfamiliar, and you feel like you're never going to get used to it. But honestly, that feeling is like very fleeting. Like within the first, like by week 3, I was like, fine, it's like whatever. And I feel like there's honestly something in Paris for everybody, so don't feel like you have to be into like one specific thing in order to enjoy it. And before long, it'll feel like home. And I apologize if this video is not super specific, but if anyone has any more specific questions, you can just email me here. I check my email all of the time. I don't have any like social media, so I wouldn't be checking that. But there's not a lot I can say that is universal, because a lot of this stuff only applies to me because this feels very deeply personal. And like, yeah, there's like the actual hard facts about like what is going on in the program, like this is the structure of the program, which I like highly recommend you know beforehand, because there were literally people in my cohort who didn't know certain aspects of the program that I had like known for like at least over a year at that point. So I would at least know what you're getting into before making this big commitment. And yeah, I would like to say it is really fun, and I am having a good time, but just be realistic and be honest with yourself about what you want and what you can actually handle. And if I had to conclude with anything, I would say get your information from like as many sources as possible, because like of course like the Emerson website is going to be biased, like as it should be, like they're trying to like sell you the program, but also like from other people as well. Like for me personally, I know there's like gaps in what I don't know about the program, because I don't really like go out or like party and like go to the club or anything like that. So I know there's like stuff I'm missing and like what goes on in the program, which I would like highly recommend. Like gather as much information as you can from other people, other sources, like maybe even the same way that I did, because a lot of people are pretty friendly. And I hope they won't be mad at me for saying to go into their DMs. But yeah, thank you for watching.